Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, meathead.
So far, we've negotiated cash to seller up front is 20%. Seller finance is 20%. There's a 1-year hold on the escrow of 10% of the million, so $100,000, which will be paid at the end of year one. And then there's a 4-year earnout.
Hey, what are the terms of the escrow?
The terms of the escrow are, I don't know.
Okay. The arguing for money, I won't say that 100% of the time, but almost 100% of the time, it becomes a pissing match getting money out of escrow.
Oh.
And he said, she said, and you have to go to an arbitrator, which costs money. In the worst case scenario, you have to go to fucking court, which costs even more money and takes longer. So, I won't say I always write off the escrow money, but I almost always write off. I'm never going to see that money.
You mean escrow money as a holdback?
No, well, no. You're holding back part of the money, the purchase price, based on some parameters.
Some
Are
parameters.
you keeping it in your bank? Or are you letting the lawyers keep it? That holdback. Who's controlling that money?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
They're not going to let you control it. It's going to have to be in a third party.
Okay.
If they do let you, that's cool.
I would control it.
Yeah. But they're not likely to do that. So it goes to a third party. So then you say, I'm not going to pay 50 grand of the 100 for whatever reason. Okay? And they say, well, that's bullshit. We complied. And okay, now we got a pissing match. Now we're going to go with arbitration. So it's tough. If it's just you have the ability to hold back payment, not being in escrow, that's better. That's the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Because then you just say, well, you didn't do that, I'm going to keep that money, or I'm not going to pay that money to you. And they can cry all they want. Unless they take you to court and sue you, it's a done deal because you control the money. As he said, or as he alluded to, the person that controls the money is in the winner, ultimate winner.
What are some potential parameters you can put into that agreement?
Well, I mean, first of all, your lawyer, in-house lawyer, and your law firm. But I mean, generally speaking, you want to be the controlling factor. In worst case scenario, well, never them controlling factor. The best case scenario is you controlling factor. The next best is a 3-party controlling factor. In other words, you, a general, somebody, and so there's 3 people that have to vote on it. Mm. But it would be better if you just controlled it.
You mentioned you just write that off.
Well, no, I don't consider it as part of the, no. But you're paying in this case. You're not receiving.
Correct.
If you were receiving, I just write it off.
Oh. Okay.
So maybe he's written it off, or they've written it off too. Well, we're never going to get that fucking extra 100 grand. I don't know the case, I don't. But the fact that people that have put deals together like that are throwbacks in the 80s. I know that's how I used to do deals in the 80s. Another thing I used to do deals in the 80s, you always put up earnest money. Well, if you're a man and you got some sacks in there, you're going to put down $2 million in an escrow account, which you'll never see again. But those are throwbacks. Now, I'm not surprised because somebody went to Google and Googled down somebody and, escrow account, part of the purchase price is deferred, blah, 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 blah. But you want them to have to perform against some hurdle rates for them to get the 100 grand.
Okay.
So if it doesn't at least stay at the same rate that you're doing now, you don't know the 100 grand. And you can also add, if it performs 50% better, there may be 150 grand. But you have to do the numbers. Does 50% better performance worth you paying an extra 50 grand? Just off the top of my head, I'd say yes. But your lawyer and your lawyers should easily be able to put that
Question I have for you, can you get rid of her? Do you need to keep her? Because she's expensive. $150K a year, I'd get rid of her.
Here's the toughest part of that side. The injectors are the ones that are generating...
Injectors, you mean the people that put Botox?
You can't get someone else to inject.
They're generating... it's a relationship. Most women aren't going to let somebody else mess with their face once it's right. So the problem is with the injectors is the injector leaves you, there goes $1 million.
So what kind of qualification does this injector have?
She's been doing it for 20 years. She has about 1,500 to 2,000 steady clients that come in.
Is she the business?
She is the business.
But what is the qualification? Do you need to be qualified to do this?
Yes, you have to. You have to be medically qualified to do this. You have to be
That worries me. Everybody's just going to go
NP.
see her.
That's one person. She could leave.
And your whole business is gone.
Yeah.
And how long is she staying?
4 years.
You got to pay her 150 grand.
Okay. Why would she stay for 150 grand for 4 years? Let's ask ourselves that.
You said she was old and she's looking to leave.
Well, if she's looking at old, why would she stay 4 years? That's a long time.
What does she get paid now in salary?
I think she's taking out more than 250, maybe 300, 250 to 300 a year with her expenses.
We just had a deal. A guy 80 years old. We asked him to do a 10-year note, and he came back and insulted. I'm 80 years old. I don't want to be fucking 10 years from now. That was on a Friday. On the Monday, this is last week, he came back and says, I can do a 5-year note. 80 years old. I mean, but
with this deal, my chairman was telling me, he's like, if you structure it out that she receives her $1 million, her 12.5% a year over the next 4 years plus her salary, then she would stay around because she's earning out her $1 million. But if she leaves or dies,
you're fucked.
That's it. The company's done. Is that highly risky?
Yeah.
To be working with people that are generating that amount?
Yeah, this one person, single proprietorships. Is just one slag there, right?
Her and somebody else doing the both.
Okay, single proprietorships sell for between 0.75 and 1.25 yearly earnings, or yearly revenue. What's your yearly revenue of this thing?
Yearly revenue is 1.3 million.
Okay, so it would sell for like between $1 million and $1.7 million. That's for a single proprietorship. That's an accountant, a lawyer, an injector, whatever you call her.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're falling within the rough parameters of what they would sell for.
But wouldn't all single proprietorships like lawyer, accountant, injector, wouldn't that be highly risky if you're...
Yes, it is. I'm not telling you it's not risky.
Does she own the building?
No.
Is there any assets?
No.
Other than the equipment?
No.
Is it amortized? Is it depreciated?
The equipment is fully depreciated at this point, yeah.
If you're an accountant, let's say she was an accountant, she had 5,000 clients. She would, over the first year, you would want to meet all those 5,000 clients.
Okay.
Is it an asset deal?
I think this is an asset deal, yeah.
So you can, then you can depreciate it.
Mm-hmm. When you buy
But my biggest question is that...
Okay, but who are you going to bring in to replace her?
I have to train new injectors with our
it sounds easy to do inject. I looked at 3 or 4 what do you call it? Surgeries on YouTube, and I know that I could perform brain surgery. I'm positive I could. You know, I might fuck up the first 1 or 2, but I mean, I know, because it's no big fucking deal. Vascular surgeon. I've got a partner who's a vascular surgeon. I look on YouTube. It's so fucking easy to take a vein. I mean, Jesus Christ, a fucking chimpanzee could take your vein out of your... This is the same. Being an injector doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but if that person gets it wrong, you're going to be liable.
Yeah.
Correct.
Can you get
There's always
key man
malpractice
insurance on her
insurance.
if she stays? So if she dies,
That's actually good
gets
idea.
paid, you get it for free.
I mean...
You do that? That's a good idea.
That's actually... Yeah, I didn't think about that, yeah.
Yeah, I do it on all the old guys, just in case. They die, get
It sounds to me that she says she wants to leave. She's tired, but she's willing to stay 4 years. That's
something fishy.
Something's not right there.
Yeah.
Something's all right there.
Yeah.
I see. She wants a lot of cash up front, which...
Well,
makes me
they all
concerned.
do.
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay, so you can restructure that. It's not too late, right?
Of course, yeah, I can restructure. Yeah, we're still...
More towards the end.
Yeah, we're still trying to... I don't
Tell
know
her
if
the bank won't do the deal. Blame it on the bank.
Yeah.
Right?
And where is this place?
This is in LA.
L.A. They got a lot of injectors in L.A. I mean, you go Beverly Hills, there must be a 300-400 of them.
Yeah, and they're all trying to sell because it's too competitive, and it's crazy how many Beverly Hills plastic surgeons are having a hard time right now because they're all on top of each other and all these, there's 80 of them in one building. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you put a second one in that building, like where you are, or is it just one person?
I can put more injectors in there because she's agreeing to train them. But what Dan's saying is interesting. Like, she's looking to retire, but she wants to work another 4 years. Like, there's something that seems funny.
What kind of non-compete is she on?
Well, my lawyers say non-competes don't hold up. They said we can do all kinds of non-competes.
Yeah, well, I mean, but unless she doesn't want to fight, non-competes work for weak-minded people because they don't want to fight you in court.
Oh,
okay. And if you have a scorched earth reputation, which you ought to put out there on the street, part of QLA is scorched the earth, sue everybody, kill a goldfish, fucking fuck everybody up. And then they honor the agreements. But that's a shitty way to run a railroad. Why do you have to threaten? Because if love fucking worked, we wouldn't be fucking here.
Yeah.
Threats are good. Within the law, morally, ethically.
But isn't the entire premise that we are looking for people who are very motivated, and part of that could be age, normally age. And
she's not old enough. How old is she?
62.
Oh, she is old enough. Okay, take it back.
And so therefore we're always going to come up with this challenge.
Correct.
We want them to stay, but you're saying...
No. We want them to stay, but normally the single proprietor you can hire 2 or 3 within the first 6 months, and maybe you'll get to keep 1 and have them trained up, and you're continuing to have her give you the advice of who's good at it and who's not good at it.
Gotcha.
But this is not an MD. This is just some slag with a license of some sort.
This is just a nurse.
Fuck it, a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen.
But she has the relationship.
But she has.
No, I understand. Okay, how many of you have ever had a dentist change? Your dentist retired, left, died.
Yeah.
What happened? You sit in the fucking. Joe, where's Joe? Joe dropped dead last night. Oh, okay. You're right. Good.
But one of the hardest things.